Hey guys, we're going to string this head with some composite mesh today. Some refer to this as Canadian mesh. I'm not sure that it really is. Anyway, it works really good. It's kind of like hard mesh that's already broken in. We're going to use these tools and materials. Got some top lace, some side lace, some shooting string, like hockey lace material, and some tools, a pair of scissors, little needle nose pliers, a cigarette lighter, and a knife that's got like an awl on it. Anyway, first thing, we're going to take the mesh and wet it and stretch it out a little bit and get it ready to go. Hey guys, I'm going to wet the mesh and stretch it out in preparation for putting it on. Get it all wet first. The water from the hose is nice and warm and in the sun. Okay. I'm going to put the smooth side in, so I'm going to roll it back the other way and kind of stretch and pull as I go. This composite mesh is kind of soft to begin with, but it definitely helps to wet it before working on it. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, now depending on the head, different heads have different hole orientations, roughly the same size, but they're all enough different that kind of makes it a pain in the neck sometimes figuring out how to string it. So depending on how you fold these, again I'm going to put the rough side out. I can fold it so there are 10 holes across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I can fold it so that there are only 9 holes across. Now with different heads, that may make a difference. I'm going to quickly just get all these holes lined up so they're easy to see. Most of them work great with the 9 holes across, so I'm going to try that first. Take a look at how it looks on the head. Okay, it's going to pin there. That's going to get pinned there, and that's going to get pulled up. That'll work out pretty good with 9 holes across. So I folded it down a couple of rows. Okay, I'm going to get my top lace. Better to be a little too long than too short. And burn the ends. The problem is I don't have a shaft to hold this stick, so I'm going to hold the head. Okay, I'm going to tie a knot one end. Just a simple overhand knot will do. I'm going to put it through the top hole. Pull it tight. Take this, come through the mesh from the back. And through the mesh from the back. Pull it tight, go through that same hole again. This is where the pliers come in handy. And then back through the same hole. I'm going to pull that tight. So I've gone around this twice. And that's going to hold it tight to the sidewall. Now we're going to imagine this side being pinned here. We're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the center here is going to be in the center of the head. I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to see where these match up here. So this first hole is going to attach to that first hole there. And this is very simple. Okay, this second hole is going to match up to that perfectly. So I'm going to go through the head, pull it almost tight, leave a little loop, come back through the mesh, and pull it tight. Now this time, instead of going through the head first, you go through the mesh first, leave a little loop, and then come back through the head, and then through the loop. Very simple. Pull this really tight. You want it really tight up top. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half is right on the center mark. Okay. All right. Now we're going to skip a hole. We're going to go to this hole, and we are going to. We're going to split the difference between these. Instead of putting one mesh, we're going to go through here and through that hole, and then back through in that hole, like this. That's because this composite mesh is a little smaller, and you sometimes have to adjust how you attach it. Otherwise it'll pull it off, be a little crooked. So that one goes through that hole. Now, so we don't move this off the center by pulling that too tight, we're going to go through this hole now, back through the head, through the loop, and pull it tight. Now you see how that left the center, right in the center there? Just how we want it. So now we're going to skip across here. This all helps to keep these holes open up. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to use these two holes and the hole in the head through there. Pull it almost tight. Back through this hole. Through the loop that's created. Pull it tight. And through the mesh. Let's do the opposite. Back through the head. Some heads have nice size holes and they're easy to string. Others, the holes are too small and it's a pain in the butt. You gotta either use smaller string or really struggle to get it through. Okay, we're gonna skip a hole in the head and the mesh and attach this hole now here. Same thing. Through the head. Out the mesh. And through that loop. Pull it tight. Through the mesh. Through the head. And through that loop. Pull it tight. Okay. Now for the last one, make sure our holes are lined up. We're going to go through the last hole. Through the top hole of the mesh. Inside out. Oops. Back around and through that same hole in the mesh. And then back through the head